The world of Ventrilax VII was a gray, industrial planet in the outer rings of the known galaxy. Vast factories sprawled across its surface, churning out strange mechanical creations and pollution into the air. The people of Ventrilax were as tough as the land itself, hardened by years of living amidst smoke and metal. But one day, something unusual, even for Ventrilax, appeared. A small, alien creature that looked like a cross between a puppy and something from a distant, alien nightmare. It had large, mournful eyes that glowed faintly in the shadows, for small legs that didn't quite seem to know where to go, and a soft, feathered tail. Its green, almost translucent skin gave off a sickly hue, and around it swarmed a thick cloud of flies that buzzed relentlessly. For weeks, the creature wandered through the industrial landscape, trying to find scraps to eat, and was met with nothing but fear and disgust. People turned away, shouting insults or hurling stones. They thought it was cursed, diseased, or just plain unlucky. The creature grew weaker each day, too sickly and thin to survive much longer. It was on the verge of giving up, lying in a forgotten alley behind a rusted-out warehouse, covered in flies, with its big eyes filled with sadness. But not everyone on Ventrilax VII was heartless. Sola, a mechanic with a knack for fixing machines that seemed beyond repair, worked nearby. She was a bit of an outcast herself, known for talking to her machines as though they were alive, always covered in oil and grime. People thought she was a bit odd, but she had a heart of gold. One evening, as she was finishing up for the day, she noticed something moving in the alley. Intrigued, she walked over and saw the creature lying there, weak and covered in flies. Its sad eyes looked up at her, as if pleading for help. "Well, aren't you a strange one?" Sola muttered, bending down. "What are you doing here? All alone?" The creature whined softly, a sound that was somewhere between a yelp and a hum. Sola could feel its fear, but also sensed its desperate need for kindness. She didn't hesitate. Gently, she scooped the creature into her arms, ignoring the flies that buzzed around her. "Come on, little guy. Let's get you fixed up." Back at her workshop, Sola carefully cleaned the creature, washing away layers of grime. The flies dispersed as she treated the alien puppy's sores and fed it scraps of food she kept for herself. She ran scans, trying to figure out what it needed. Its biology was baffling, but Sola was used to figuring things out on her own. Slowly, day by day, the creature grew stronger. Its pale green skin began to glow with a gentle, healthy light, and its legs grew steadier. Sola affectionately named it Buzz due to the strange, low hum it made, as if it was purring in its own alien way. As they spent more time together, Sola discovered that Buzz was far more intelligent than anyone had realized. He had a knack for tinkering with parts in her workshop, nudging bolts and wires with surprising precision. Soon, the two became inseparable, Buzz helping Sola with repairs, his glowing eyes bright with happiness as they worked side by side. However, word began to spread about the mechanic who'd taken in the alien freak. People grew suspicious, afraid of what Buzz might bring upon their already grim world. Rumors spread that the creature was a bad omen, that it would bring ruin to Ventrilax. Sola and Buzz became outcasts, ostracized by the people who once trusted her skill. One day, a massive storm hit the industrial city, stronger than anything they had ever experienced. The factories and power stations struggled against the onslaught, machinery groaning under the pressure of wind and rain. The main reactor, a colossal power source that supplied energy to the entire city, began to falter. Sola received a frantic message from the city council. They needed her help. As much as they'd shunned her, she was the only one capable of fixing the failing reactor. She grabbed her tools and, without hesitation, ran toward the reactor facility. Buzz followed close behind, his glowing eyes filled with determination. When they arrived, the reactor was shaking, sparks flying as gears ground and circuits fried. It was close to meltdown. Sola worked tirelessly, but the damage was too severe. Every time she managed to patch up one issue, two more emerged. She was running out of time. Just then, Buzz moved forward. He looked up at Sola, and somehow, She understood what he was trying to tell her. Buzz could fix it, but it would mean using all of his energy, his own life force, to stabilize the reactor. It was a risk that might cost him everything. "No," Sola whispered, tears in her eyes. "I can't let you do this." But Buzz gave a soft, comforting hum and nuzzled her hand. With a deep breath, Sola stepped back, giving him space. Buzz reached out his tiny paws and touched the reactor. A bright green light filled the room as his energy flowed into the machine, stabilizing its core, restoring its balance. Bit by bit, the hum of the reactor smoothed, becoming a steady, even pulse. The city was saved. When the light faded, Sola found Buzz lying still beside the reactor, his green glow dimmed. She knelt beside him, cradling his small, lifeless body, tears streaming down her face. The people of Ventrilax VII, realizing what Buzz had done for them, gathered around in silent awe. The creature they had once feared and reviled had saved them all. The council approached Sola, offering their apologies and expressing their gratitude, but she simply shook her head, clutching Buzz's small form. In the following days, Sola built a monument for Buzz, right outside the reactor. A small statue, crafted with love, depicting the alien creature that had given everything to save the people who had once rejected him. The people of Ventrilax VII, moved by Buzz's sacrifice, vowed to never judge another being by their appearance or origin again. And in her workshop, Sola kept a small part of Buzz, a strange, humming core she found within him, close by, keeping his memory alive. And every so often, as she worked late into the night, she'd hear a familiar soft hum and feel that Buzz was right there beside her, still helping her fix the broken pieces of the world.